New Mexico Broker Basics, page 34 continued. Estates at will. Give the tenant the right to possession with the consent of the landlord, but the term of the estate is more indefinite than periodic tenancies. Estates at sufferance arise when a tenant comes into possession of the real property lawfully and then, after the lease has expired, remains in possession without the consent of the landlord. Because a tenant at sufferance has not entered the property illegally, technically the tenant is not a trespasser. However, under the law, such a tenant is treated the same as a trespasser, such a tenant is called a holdover tenant. A holdover tenant may be bound for a new lease for the lesser of a like period as the original lease, or B, 1 year. Landlord/tenant relationship. A lease is an agreement in which a landlord, lessor, gives a tenant, lessee, the right to use and to have exclusive possession of real estate for a specified period in consideration of the payment of rent. A lease operates both as a conveyance of property interests, leasehold, and as a contract between a landlord and the tenant. Therefore, rights and liabilities between the parties are defined by both property law, which applies to conveyances, and contract law principles. When a lessor conveys property by a lease, it is done by demise. The leasehold estate conveyed is ordinarily considered personality, though it involves real estate. The right of exclusive possession, quiet enjoyment, is such that if the landlord should enter upon the premises without permission after the lease has begun, a suit for trespass can be successfully brought by the tenant. Leases ordinarily provide the landlord to enter upon the premises in case of an emergency and during reasonable hours near the expiration of the term to show prospective new tenants the premises. A tenant is responsible for injuries to third persons who are injured on the property within the exclusive control of the tenant. The landlord is responsible for injuries occurring in the common areas and other areas under the landlord's control.